something, the parakeet there, the parrot's got something in his, I guess he's eating that. Whatever it is. Oh, it's like a string bean or something? It's like he got like a string bean or something or another. Oh, they're all eating them out of that tree over there. Look at them just munching down. Digging on that. I always wonder what kind of fruit that was. Now this is kind of interesting. In the Netherlands here, I caught this the other day, and after a little bit of digging, I figured it out. I knew what the bird was, the rose-ringed parrot or parakeet. And they live a long time, and their habitat, they're originally from Africa and South Asia. So they're an invasive species in the Netherlands. They're effectively not welcome here by many people. I love them. They're chatty, they're friendly, they get along with the other birds, unlike what other people say. They might have some competition for certain foods with other native bird sorts. I'm not really 100% sure of that, but they're very lively. I got a bunch of other videos here on my channel. Them eating sunflowers out of our garden and all that type of stuff. So here's a rose ring. You see here, this is their distribution. They're a tropical bird, but the climate here is mediated by the North Sea, so it stays kind of moderate most of the year. And you see here, since the 19th century, rose-ringed parakeets successfully colonized many other countries. So Germany, France, Belgium, Netherlands. The story goes in the Netherlands that there was a man in The Hague, in Den Haag, and he had some of these as pets, and they got free, and they just started reproducing. And slowly the colonies grew and grew and grew. I mean, now here in Pijnacker, in the neighborhood we live, when I first was here about in this neighborhood 20 years ago, almost 18 years, there wasn't any of these. But then slowly but surely started seeing these parakeets, and now there's a bunch of them. There might even be 2 colonies here now, maybe even 3. I don't know. There's a bunch. So it's an invasive species. It's not necessarily welcomed here. What's interesting is this bird was munching down on this long string bean type of thing, which you just saw, and you'll see more of. And that's the Catalpa speciosa. And that's also known as the northern Catalpa, or the cigar tree, fittingly enough. I've seen this tree for years there when I walk the dog or bike. Very interesting, beautiful tree. It has big leaves, and then it gets these string beans, I call them. But this is also indigenous to the United States, Midwestern United States, a species native to. So this has been planted here. It's also an invasive plant species or type. And, they plant that here. So what's the difference between an invasive bird and an invasive, tree which grows cigars? String bean like things. It's very woody and hard. You see it at the end. I go checked it out. So they're all in this tree, eating these bone things here. These beans. I don't know if they're really beans or something else. The fruit is a long, thin, legume-like capsule, 20-40 centimeters. It's statutory during winter. It can be mistaken for brown icicles, following numerous flat, light brown seeds with 2 papery wings. Yeah, it's pretty wild. They're the only ones I see eating this. It's another invasive species. The legend goes a guy in The Hague had some as pets, and they escaped, and they slowly expanded over the last 40 years into what we have now, which are thousands of them. 10 to 12,000, and there's about 3,000 breeding pairs. So, it's just amazing. 10 years time, the population from the brightly colored rose-ringed parakeet is almost doubled. Oh wow, look at that. And there's now estimate of being 22,000. Yeah, they're just digging it. Yeah, things you see walking the dog. Anyway, so interesting. Enjoy the film. It's pretty cool watching them eat. You can get very close to them. They're very social, and don't have any problem with us being there. And we get a surprise visit from our friend, the purple cygnet, as I'm calling him now. All right, take care. Hey, I hear a friend. I don't see him, but I hear him. Oh, he's right here. Look at that. How'd you get down here? Oh boy, he's coming up to check it out too. Sure does love eating. I guess who doesn't? Oh yeah, look at that. He'll munch it right down. There's some seeds in there. Oh, here comes the rain again. Yeah, sorry little fella. I'm gonna have to check out here. It's getting a little wet. This is pretty cool. One here too. There's a bunch of those birds. Yeah, beautiful. The sun's still not up. The rain is happening though. Okay, here you see these things they're eating. It's like a string bean, but very hard. Very fibery, it feels like. But, yeah. Now there's a rainbow to admire. Okay, here it is. See how long it is. And it is like, it's pretty hard, but not too hard. I can see why they use it for guitars. It's like soft hard. That makes sense. Let's get in there with the X-Acto knife and see what's inside of there. Okay, you can see the seed packages in there. It's going to be a bit double. Okay, so next day, slightly better weather. Walking the dog, and they're back up here in the tree, or the trees. At least I just saw them. Oh yeah, there. Look at that. They blend in. Yeah, they're very vocal. I understand why they have invasive species list, and I think it's important to understand what's native and what's not. However, it is kind of counterintuitive to, if you're bringing in invasive plants and trees and planting them as a city municipality yourself, and on the other hand, spending lots of taxpayer money to try to get rid of other invasive species. Now, I do understand there's some invasive species which really do, wreak havoc in the ecosystem, and their stuff has to be done, of course. But these birds just seem to be, happy and just add a nice touch to the Dutch environment, particularly on these gray days we have here in November.